I will call all of you ये PLF Physics Loving PL student or PLF Physics Loving friends. So here there is experiment in class 12 syllabus, and it is a very important experiment in theory also. That is to compare the EMF of two primary cells. One I have taken Lagrange cell, another is Daniell cell, using potentiometer. Because in current electricity, students already know what is potentiometer and these things they have read. But let us see how the experiment can be done. So here usually we are using two cells. This is your Lagrange cell. That is, will consist of this is if you see the diagram, this one is a porous here, and inside it you are taking carbon and manganese dioxide, and this is the zinc rod, and here I am taking sodium chloride. You can see it here. This is the Lagrange cell. This is the vessel. This is the porous, and inside it the material is there. This is the zinc rod, and this will consist your Lagrange cell. And here if you see, this zinc rod behaves like negative, and this carbon porous which we have taken, that is act as positive. And this is the reaction inside it. Zinc dissociate, giving 2 electrons, and so it is negative cathode. And the reaction is like this. This is part of chemistry you have read. And at the last, they will release this positive. So this will act as a positive. And the manganese dioxide, that will be act as a depolarizer. The second one, that is your Daniell cell, and usually this cell give you approximately 1.3 to 1.5 volt, and internal resistance is high. This cell, that is your Daniell cell, copper vessel. Here there is a porous, inside a dilute sulfuric acid, zinc rod is inserted. Here we are taking copper sulfate solution. You can see here, this is the metal, this one metal, copper metal, and I have taken here also some crystal is there, copper crystal, and inside the copper solution. And here you see dissociation is taking place. Here I am taken dilute sulfuric acid, and zinc rod is inserted inside it. So here zinc that will dissociate, gives you your electron, and that will be consumed and gives you the 2H plus. So this will act as a positive. So this is positive, this is negative, this is positive, this is negative. So these are the two type of cells usually we are using, that is the primary cells. Now let us see, this is the potentiometer. Here I have taken 10 IR potentiometer. You see here there are 10 IRs. I have drawn it 10 IR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here 10 IR is there, starting from here. And from this to this end, if you see, this is the scale, and this will be 1 meter. So you are getting total 10 meters, and the ends are connected, and here uniform wires. Here uniform wire, because you know that in case of the potentiometer, you know the potential gradient, because you know V equal to IR, then it is I rho L by A. Here the IR I have taken uniform cross section, same IR resistivity is constant. If constant current is flowing, then the V by L is constant. That is your potential gradient is constant. You know these things. So this is here potential gradient is constant. And the IR what we have taken, it has a high value of resistivity. High value of resistivity. So we are using constant IR here, alloy, because alloy has more resistivity as compared to pure metal. And uniform cross section, here we are getting uniform cross section, and this is the things we are taking. Now if you see the circuit, see carefully, this is your driving circuit. Here this is positive terminal, positive connected to the positive of the driver cell, negative of this is connected to the key, one-way key. This one-way key is connected to the other, and this is negative. negative of the emitter, and then the positive of the, this is negative. So this will be connected to the rheostat. This will be connected to the rheostat. Now you see the circuit. Here, see the circuit. If you see the circuit, here, see this end, you see this end, this is positive, you see positive of the cell, this is the red is positive of the cell. I have taken the battery eliminator, then this end, then the other end negative connected to the key, then the key other end that will be connected to the negative. So this is negative. Now the positive of this is connected to one end of the rheostat. This is rheostat, one end of the rheostat, and other end of the rheostat is connected to the other end. You see, this can be connected to other end. So this is connected to the other end. So this circuit is the driver circuit, and the potential what you have to apply, that will still be high value as compared to this two, very high. Otherwise, if this resistance is there, you cannot get deflection. Now the positive of one cell, you see, this is the positive of one cell, this your Lagrange cell, which I have taken E1, that will be connected to, you see, this end, positive of the cell, positive of the, also this is the positive upper vessel, positive of the your Daniel cell, that is connected here, and negative of this is connected to here, negative of this is here, two-way key, this is a two-way key. And from middle you see, one here, negative of one here, from the middle, this is the middle, that will be connected to the galvanometer, and the galvanometer use a series resistance to protect the galvanometer, and the other end is connected to the jockey. This is the jockey. Now this is the circuit. Now important thing is, give a constant value of current. So I am giving, so I will switch on the circuit. I have switched on the circuit. Now you see, here, if I will switch on the circuit, if you switch on the circuit here, then what you are getting, if you switch on it, then here you see the current. Here the current, you see this is 2 division, so it is 0.025 into 2, so it is 0.05. This is 0.05. I am giving serial number 1. So if you compare these things, you know, if K1 closed, then the effective EMF, that is, if the balancing length is L1, then E1 is some constant into L1. If K and K2 is closed, then this is effective balancing length L2, so E2 is KL2. So E1 by E2, E1 upon E2 equal to L1 upon L2. So let us take the current, that is your in ampere, that is your 0.05 wavelength. Now this key is close suppose. So this key is close suppose. I am closing this key. This is K1 because this cell is connected. So this is K1. So I am closing this. Let close. Here you see, this is the galvanometer, and first when after closing you see that when I am connected, this is 0 end, it will show deflection this side. When I am close to this side, it will show deflection this side. Both side deflections should be there, otherwise the circuit may be incorrect. What are the causes? The causes may be the EMF what you have applied, that is less than the EMF of this cell, or you have connected the positive of this should be connected here, you may connect wrongly, or there is something, there is a loose connection. So you check it. Then otherwise you cannot get deflection. Let us see where you get the deflection. Do not rub like this. Touch here. Is this side? Touch here. This side? Touch here. This side? Touch here. So this side. It means that must be in this wire. Then you go. Go here. So different point you take. You see. Here you are getting. So I am taking the scale here. If you see here, so this is the point. This is the point. Now you have to calculate. You see, this is 0. So up to this 100, up to this 200, up to this 200, then up to from here up to this 300, then you are connected from here to here. At this point you are getting. So it is 300. This side 300 is coming 46. So I am writing, suppose it is 346. It is coming 346. Now I am connecting, the same current will be there. Now I have taken to this key. It means now the Daniel cell is hitting. Let us see again. If you see, deflection this side, deflection to this side. So now here deflection to this side, deflection to this side. It means if you take deflection here from the same side, it is okay. To this side, it means I am getting some point here. Suppose here. Here I am getting. Here you see it is, this is your 100 up to this 200. Then from here, if I will take, it is coming at 20, means 220. It is 220. 220. So you take the receipt, you calculate. Let increase the current. Increase the current. I am increase the current 1 division more. Now current is increased to 1 division. Then it is coming your 0.0725. This was coming 0.075. So this much. Now again you do the same thing. Do the same thing. So same thing. See carefully. Same thing. Do not rub at any touch like this, you will get it. See carefully. Can you tell me, can you guess, when I increase the current, this length will decrease or increase? This is a very good question, because when you increase the current, potential gradient will increase. Potential gradient will increase means the length will be decreased. So if it is coming, you see it is decreased now. I have increased, so it is decreased. It is coming from this side. This is 100. So from this side I am taking. This is coming 175. It is coming. Because in this side, then from here it is 175 I am getting. Now L2. Let us see L1 first. L1 I think that will be close also. Okay, it is coming. Okay. Now it will be here suppose. The previous one, let us check again. I think this will be close. Now it is coming at somehow. it is coming 200 something, 205. It is coming because that both are close here. 205 it is coming. The second one, let us see. Now if you take the second one, E2. So this will be open, this will be closed. Now this will be this side, this will be this side. Now I am taking here, I am taking like this. So I am getting it approximately here. It means this from this side. It is coming 174. It is coming around 174. So like this, if you take the third observation, let you increase the current again. Now it will be 4 division. So if it will be 4 division, then it is 0.4 division, means it is 0 into 4. So it will become 2 means 5, 10. So it is 0.10. will come. Take it is 0 because it is 3 divisions there. Least count should be in significant figures. Now let us take it again. If I am taking it again, here you are getting this is this side. You see the division, again the deflection is decreasing. It is coming 180, 189. Again, let us see. Yes. It is coming 100 from this side. It is 191. 191. Now again I am closing this. So you are getting this side, you are getting that side. Now it is coming 100 from 152. 100. It is 152. It is coming 152. Now if you divide it, suppose you want to divide it, then what you do? Suppose I am taking 346 divided by 220. It is coming around 1 point something. Let us see the second one. The second one is 205 divided by 170. So it is approximately coming 1.4 something, 1.2 something. So the ratio is almost, if you take, there will be variation of approximately 10 or 20% is there. Now the main thing is, here this cell is your Lagrange cell and this is your Daniell cell. And remember one thing, always the cell that is the Lagrange cell, what we are getting, what we are taking, that will be have a voltage of the range 100. It will be 1.3 to 1.5 volt, and it is approximately internal resistance G, that may be vary from 5 to 10, very high internal resistance. It is very less internal resistance, and it will be voltage will be less, 1.1 volt approximately. So if you take the ratio, always this by this is always greater than 1. So that things you are getting. So now the things to ponder, that the first one is first question is, can the potential difference is greater than the EMF of the cell? Because you know V is E minus IR, but potential difference will be greater than the EMF of the cell if it will be the charging case. This is the discharging case. You are taking current from the cell. When you are charging the cell, this cell cannot be charged. This is primary cell. For the secondary cell, when you are charging, then V is your E plus IR. So in that case, the potential difference, terminal potential difference, is greater than the EMF of the cell. Now, the second question is, why always we are telling that the EMF of the driving cell should be greater than E1 and E2. If it is not like that, then what will happen? The potential difference between these two is less than the potential difference of this cell. Can you see, when I am taking this point and this point, why it is not deflected? Because this is same as the potential of this. These two have same potential. Now, if it is giving zero deflection, means there is no current flow here. It means the potential of this equal to potential of this. It means the potential difference which will be generated here, that is equal to the EMF of this cell. That will be equal to the EMF of this cell. So, if the EMF what you are giving here, if the total EMF of this is less than this, then you cannot get any null point. So, that should be the things. And what do you mean by null? Sometimes it is a misconception that null deflection means no current in the potentiometer. Remember, null deflection means no current here. Current is here because this driving cell provides the current which gives the potential gradient. So these are the things you have to think and ponder. Thank you all. Have a nice day.